South East Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.
My first guest fulfilled her lifelong dream when she became a pilot at the young age of 24. Now Bernice Moran is also pursuing another love in her life, chocolate. Bernice will be discussing the Be Sweet company and how the business grabbed the attention of the infamous Sir Richard Branson, but I'd like to start the interview by looking at your own career as a pilot. So where did your interest in flying come from?
Well, Karl, I have to say I love talking about this because I'm absolutely obsessed with airplanes. My father worked for Aer Lingus, and he basically fed his true love of aviation to myself and my brother, who's also a pilot. So from a very small age, you know, that was my whole environment, was growing up around airplanes and going plane spotting, and of course having the opportunity to travel globally as a small child. And you know, I never ever wanted to do anything else than just become a pilot and fly airplanes since I'd say I was 6 or 7 years old. Absolutely adored it. Now
the confectionery sector is a world away from a career as a pilot. So what triggered your decision to set up a chocolate business?
I know, Karl. It's a bit of they're like yin and yang, really. Basically, just our family again they're just totally chocolate monsters. We're sweets and chocolate obsessed in our family as well. And every Christmas we used to have a competition who could buy the best box of chocolates or the most quirkiest, because we all travel globally and we all bring back different little, different supplies from around the world. But to be honest with you, Karl, I was always disappointed by the lack of imagination in the confectionery sector. So I spotted a niche there to create my own chocolate business that could be fashion-led, kind of Victoria's Secret style, sexy, and innovative. So I said, why not? I can create my own and give the others a run for their money.
And I know that you wrote to the infamous Sir Richard Branson to pitch the idea to him. What were your expectations once you had sent this email, and what happened next?
Well, I had zero expectations from emailing Richard because, the poor man is harassed day in, day out by everybody thinking that, they're looking for help from him. So I really did not expect a response from him. But he kindly responded, to my questions, and he set up a meeting. And after that, he basically launched me on a quite a big long-haul airline, not my own, not Virgin, but I was thrilled with his help, and he gave me a little push in the right direction.
Now, Richard Branson has been a great supporter of the Be Sweet company. What is the greatest thing that you've learned from him, and how has the business benefited from his involvement?
Well, I think, first off, the greatest thing I've learned is working for him for 10 years and how to treat people and always be kind to everybody around you. With regard to business sense, it's customer delivery and delivery of service to your customer. And also, Richard always says business opportunities are always like buses. If you miss one, another one comes along straight away. And I truly, truly believe that. How I benefit from his involvement is he's always at the end of an email if I ever need any help or any guidance. And he's a truly exceptional man. I'm thrilled to have him there, when I need him.
Now, your sister Linda is also involved in the company. So does Linda look after the creative side of the business, or is she more immersed in commercial activities?
Karl, Linda's an academic and her background is in business, so she's more... she cleans up my mess, basically. So I'm the innovative side of things. I'm the creative one. I'm the one that creates all the products and has all the ideas, and she comes along and sweeps up the mess behind me and kind of makes it happen also. And she's also good at putting a muzzle on me too, putting a lead, bringing me back in.
And in terms of geographical reach, where can customers buy products from the Be Sweet company, both here in Ireland and in other international markets?
Well, we've a new distribution network set up nationwide here in Ireland. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of the Be Sweet company around the country, really nationwide. But at the moment, we're in Easton, so we're in Avoca, we're in Super Value, and many independent retailers. But also on the international market front, our products are sold through distributors in many countries, so they're the ones that handle the sale of our products into the retailer.
And why have you chosen the distributor route to get your product to market?
Well, it's really important for international markets to have a distributor, because at the end of the day, we don't have the contacts or the resources to put people on the ground in international markets, and they know their market, so they've a lot more expertise than we would in that region.
Now, many of the guests that have joined me on the show over the last number of years have said to me that appointing a distributor is often the easy part, but actually getting the distributor to work for you is often a very difficult thing to do. What has been your experience of this so far, Bernice?
Well, we started off on the right foot, Karl. When we appoint a distributor, we have to make sure that we're both on the same page, that they're the correct profile for our customer profile and what they sell, and that they sell to the gourmet sector. And it's very important that they're also in the confectionery market, because if they sell other types of items, you kind of get lost within their product ranges. But with regards to distributors, we go over to them wherever they're based, and we train up their staff and their sales agents, and we're very hands-on in dealing with them. And always we have conference calls and sales figures, because at the end of the day, they sign a contract and they have to deliver a certain amount of sales in order for the contract to be valid. So it's up to them and their performance before we go elsewhere.
And the B-Suite company, what's the market position for the company itself?
The market position, well, basically it's gourmet food halls at the moment. It's the higher end, the premium end of the confectionery market globally. But we are designing product ranges now that are the midsection that should be, that's more volume. So it's going to be, we're basically going to be a fit for all shortly.
And Bernice, you were still working part-time as a pilot. So how do you juggle your work, running a business and being a mother to 3 children?
I know, my life is a circus, Karl, but it's very fun. As I always say, and I haven't worked a day in my life because I get to fly the beautiful 747 for Virgin Atlantic. You know, it's a beautiful airplane. I get to run my passion, my business, my pride and joy, you know, and my 3 little children. But I have a very good husband, an amazing childminder, an amazing family and friends. So it just all seems to work. It doesn't seem like too hard of a job to do, because I love everything I do, Karl.
And what is the ultimate goal for the B-Suite company, Bernice?
The ultimate goal, it's basically continuous growth in the confectionery market sector internationally. So we concentrate on different regions. So it's just, planting those roots and growing as far as we can. Also, we're very hands-on in product development and innovation, so we're always chasing the next best thing in confectionery. And more importantly, it's just creating more brand awareness so that BC Company becomes a destination brand, it becomes a cult brand, and it becomes a global brand.
And is it your intention to build this company to keep it, or is the intention at some stage to sell out to maybe one of the bigger companies in that space?
At the moment, I'm emotionally attached to the company along with Linda, Karl. So we'll take a review at an exit plan in maybe 10 years and see where we go from there.
And final question for you this morning, Bernice, is, for anyone listening to this morning's show that's thinking about setting up a confectionery type business, just like you went to Richard Branson for advice, what advice would you give them?
First of all, they're going to receive a backlash and negativity saying there's so many confectionery brands on the market. But I believe there's always space for everybody. For, no matter what, some of my greatest friends are in the confectionery business and we're all doing the same thing. But if they have that fire in their belly and that determination and true passion and love for it, go for it. That's what I say. Follow your star, follow your dream.
Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.